Strap in, morons! It's not a Chipson video, don't worry. And it's not clickbait, this is a serious one. Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Here, one will observe the characteristic Chinese coffin, the Chinesium coffin. What normally lives a Chipson guitar. It's not a Chipson guitar, so you can all calm down. This is not a moral video of that sort of one, because everyone's been doing them, but it is prompted by this video, Dylan's video about his chibi. He bought one and it's an absolute pile of shit, which is a shame, because I like a double cut. As we all know, my Chipson downstairs, initially out the box, was a piece of shit, but with a bit of love and a bit of work, it's perfectly fine. We're not here to debate that. We're not here. Do you want to see what I've been sent this from another YouTuber, Kai? His link is down below. This is Kai Down. Does fantastic review videos. If you're into your pedals and your dark metal and all that sort of stuff, I went extra Janner there. Dark metal. Go and watch Kai's channel and subscribe while you're there, because it's very good. He's a very knowledgeable young man. He sent me this, which was sent to him by another YouTuber, who was sent to him by someone who bought the fucker. It is a guitar from eBay. This, prepare yourself to see the listing for what I would describe as the biggest piece of shit I've ever had in the workshop. And I've had some horrendous visitors. This is the listing. Full screen for you to feast your eyes on. What a fucking howler. Now, the interesting thing is there's no name on the headstock. This isn't a fake copyright guitar, so we don't have to panic about that. Well, anyway, let's just get the fucker out. Look at this maximum yummy. I don't even know where to start with this dog shit. So, disclaimer. This guitar will not be sold at the end of the video. This guitar will not be reused. It will be destroyed. I'm gonna nick a couple of these parts, maybe some switches, I don't know. Woo! None of these switches do anything. Most of them just turn the guitar off. We've got 6 kill switches. They're all fucking useless.
It's like a fart in the wind.
I think only one humbucker works. This bridge is absolute underpants. The one thing going for this guitar is it's relatively light for an 8-string. It's a jazzy shape, which is sexy. The weird thing for me is this is clearly designed on a CNC. It's cut out on a CNC machine, but there is so much wrong with it. The tuners are the worst of the worst. The funny thing that the guy that bought this guitar ordered a purple 7-string. What? He received a black 8-string, and since then the listing has changed. I was initially sent this to say, can I rescue it? Thank you to Daddario for sending over some NYXL's 8-string set, which I was going to use on this guitar to rescue it. I've investigated it downstairs in Fritzl's, in my pants, with a jar of marmalade. We won't go into that. There's no need to know about that, but I might put it up on my OnlyFans. I don't want to rescue it. It's a piece of shit. It's fucking awful. It's really bad. So the bridge is in the wrong spot. We can't intonate it. We've had a little fiddle.
That's what she said.
The frets, I don't really know much about the frets. The action's big enough to limbo underneath at the minute. There's no string trees, and so hardly any break. I'm going to bring you in on car sit cam to look at the nut. We're highlighting the fact that if you bought this guitar online and you don't know anything about working on guitars, this is a waste of money. It's a piece of shit. Naturally, this is a comedy video. This is the nut. Look at this. That is the quality of workmanship that you get when you buy a guitar like this. If Phil wanked that off, he'd have no fingers left. Honestly, that's a finger destroyer. This is the biggest advert I've ever seen for going to a shop and picking your guitar. This is almost 300 quid, for fuck's sake. The amount of guitars you can buy now from different companies that make things with too many strings that you can't get your hands around. Personally, I'm not comfortable with that much girth. I've got to be honest, it's too much. It's frightening.
It's too big.
Let's cut these strings off under tension. Right, first conundrum. Strings go through the bridge, but they don't come out the other side. Magic, 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 magic. It's quite a nice matte paint job, I've got to give them that. So I don't know where those strings have gone. So there's no locking tuners, which is ironic because whoever bought and sold this guitar needs fucking locking up. That's my joke of the day, but it's not a joke, it's heartbreaking, this thing is. I don't know how many of these have been sold. I know that everyone that's bought one will be massively disappointed. Not as disappointed as me when I edit this video later and realise I've got my hand on my hip. Nothing wrong with that, Paul. It's just a bit of hands on hips. I'll take the neck off and I'll show you the next problem. No pun intended. I like a pun. There will be people in the comments that say, oh, send it to me, I'll rescue it. Nah. So the first reason I thought I don't really want to rescue this guitar, and it really disappointed me, it felt weird when I was playing it. Not because of the girth, not even because of the length. Something felt a bit odd. And then my mate James, who's got an eye like a fucking CNC machine, said, ooh, check out the back of the neck. Look at that neck carve. There's something not quite right. The truss rod does not adjust the neck. That's the other reason I'm not rescuing it, and really the defining reason. I can't straighten out. There's something wrong with the truss rod. So for me to start taking fretboards off and trying to figure out why that's gone wrong, that's just a game changer. So even if you did think, oh, I might be able to sort that out, there's sometimes you've just got to let them go. It's like the old dog with growths coming out of his fucking ears and that. You just got to give him the jab, and he's just too late. I'm discovering this as we go along. This neck used to be a standard guitar neck. And then you can see here, they've added a little bit on to the side of the fretboard. No way. And in fact, yeah, you can see that the fretboard goes from super skinny to fat because they've added a bit of wood on. This guitar gets shitter and shitter as it goes along. Let's give you some dimensions. 54.26 millimeters. I'm going to give you that in freedom units. 2.1 inches. 2.1 inch neck. At the 12th, it is a different number. 70 mil. Fucking huge. Disgusting. Right. I'm going to whip these tuners off and put them in a bag. Let's get stuck into the body. So there's no playing demo of this guitar today. Absolutely nothing. Should we have a little look at the pots? It's a very somber video, this one. It's not exciting me. It's not a joyous video to make. It's just an absolute howler of a guitar. Very tiny pots. Doesn't matter. That's one. We'll let her off for that one. I am saving the screws from landfill. I am saving them. Well, they've used an extra long screw there because the route, the pick guard's only just catching the route. Oh, we're finding out. This is like something I've built. Oh, holy fuck. Oh, plumber's here. Catching a mo. Right, back on the cameras again. I was rudely interrupted by the world's ugliest plumber. If you don't believe me, here's Chris. This is Chris the Ugly Plumber, everyone. Comment below. Ugly plumber. Welcome to the channel, Chris. He watches the occasional video just when he's trying to finish off a challenging wank.
Or I'm never going to get it out.
Lovely. Right, to change the strings on this guitar, you have to take the bridge off. They've basically done some sort of string through without stringing through. So you've got to take the string, you've got to take this bridge off the guitar to change the strings and then screw it back on. Absolute bonkers, rather than doing a string through. Can't figure that out. It's on. These pickups are just screwed direct into the body. The switches are screwed into random blocks of shite. And all of these switches are wired to each other and then back to another switch. I mean, I'm pretty shit at electrics. I'll give you that.
Yup.
I get that wrong all the time. So here's the switch, and all of these switches are just wired back to these switches, which in turn is wired to that pot. So if you turn off any one of these switches, it just kills it. So they're pointless. They're not doing anything. So what's the point? Why don't you just make the guitar without them? I mean, they're not a selling feature. They're fucking ugly. Odd. So that is all completely unnecessary. I'll snip out the pickup with as much cable as I can. Now I did plug these in and the pickups were absolute dog shit. I don't know who made these, but terrible, terrible gear. So we'll take one apart and we'll have a little look at what constitutes a wank rag of a pickup. I'm an advocate for making a bad pickup sound good with a bit of decent playing, half decent playing, and a nice amp. And I'm not even an expensive amp. I can't even tell you what's inside that pickup. I'm gonna hacksaw it in half. Should we hacksaw it in half? I'm gonna Jim Duggan this pickup. Well, there you go. That's the construction of this beast. It's got some copper in it. Couple of slugs going all the way through. It's been potted. It's got wax. You tell me about the construction of this pickup, because I don't really know what I'm looking at. But I'll tell you one thing, that thing's probably going to sound better now. So there you go, the dog shit pickup is no more. The bridge is earthed. Fucking hell. Well done, boys. I might use those knobs for some sort of charity gig. The output jack is absolutely munting. Apologies if you can hear drilling. I don't know who the fuck's doing drilling at the minute, but they're near my workshop and I ain't very happy about it. Shut up. They must have put some sort of hollow under this bridge. I can't figure that out. So I'm just going to undo all that. Wow. This thing gets better and better. They've just put holes in the body. And they've screwed through the ball ends of the strings and screwed them in. I mean, there's being inventive, boys, and there's taking the piss. That is horrendous. Why would you do that? So you've got to screw your ball ends in, feed the strings through your bridge, put it all... Oh, fucking hell. If you've bought one of these, genuinely, comment below. If you bought one of these, have you even considered changing the strings on the fuck nugget? Because it's absolute... This is a ball ache of a guitar. They've been making electric guitars with that style bridge since the 50s. It's been done a million times. Why try and reinvent the wheel, but reinvent it square? I don't understand. You've made life a lot harder. I know that there's people out there that get all antsy because, oh, it's not a string through, the tone will be terrible, which is bollocks. It might be different. You'll certainly never notice on a YouTube video looking through your Galaxy fucking S21. You're not gonna hear any tonal difference between string through or bridge strung. It might change the way that the strings feel, the way things react. Of course there are differences. Let's pull out our earth cable. And these listings are capitalising on the fact that everyone knows about Chibsons now and fake fenders and all that sort of stuff. A lot of people don't realise that you can just go on AliExpress and buy one. I don't advocate it. You don't know what you're going to get. I've done 2 videos on my Chibson because I find the topic interesting. The moral standing is irrelevant for this video. The comments, I've probably had 2,000 comments on that subject. So I'm somewhat clued up on the general landscape because both sides comment quite a lot. Quite often you'll do a video and people that have got something negative to say will comment more. It's very different with chibbies. People from both sides get involved and it is very much a mixed bag. Chibsons are made in several factories and they're bought by possibly hundreds of builders. They buy the husks, they put them together themselves and they sell them on AliExpress. If they're shit, they'll sell 5 or 10, they'll shut the shop down, you'll never get your money back. PayPal's got no one to chase. It's an endless game of counterfeit bollocks. There are people selling them who do a very good job. The 2 Chibsons I've had in my hands have both been shit out of the box, but perfectly rescuable. Typical for a £250 guitar. So there were no surprises. They weren't great. They needed a lot of work. If you don't know what you're doing, they would be a shit option. So don't buy counterfeit guitars. It's a simple argument. But this is capitalising on the fact that you can buy this on British eBay. Easy to find, and people think they're getting a bargain. They think they're getting ahead of the game. This is, in some ways, more deceitful to the buyer because it's preying on people that are looking for a deal. That is an absolute wall banger of a shitbox. That is the Mick Philpott of guitars. Absolute wrong'un. And it bounces. I'm going to save these knobs. They'll be fine. The pots are teeny tiny.
You're going to say something clever?
I mean, switches just turn things on and off, don't they? But I just can't get my head around what the quality will be like for any of this. In the bin. We'll file that away in there. We'll file that away with people's complaints. So a short, stark, sweet, ugly minger of a video this week. A warning to all of you for listings like this. It is too good to be true if it seems too good to be true. That is a disgusting abomination of a guitar. And yeah, if you've bought one, I'm really sorry. Some of the Harley Benton stuff I've reviewed on this very channel, which is 120 quid. The Anderton's East Coast guitar, the Ditson acoustic, 150 quid. There are some fantastic instruments out there. You do not need to buy that bollocks. You could be walking into a situation that you get burned. So there you go. I'm not going to keep you anymore. Don't buy wank. Don't buy shit guitars. Don't buy stuff that you know nothing about. And if it looks like it's come from a fucking bad spot, don't buy it. Just don't buy it. Share this video to people because it's useful. Because we might be able to prevent heartache, drama, disgustingness. Next week, we are going polar opposite. Custom guitar made by a man whose brain works like a CNC. And I will take you through that next week. I'll show you a little bit inside the mind and what goes into the process. And yeah, we're going to see the other end of the scale. So come back next week. Share this video. If you want to become a channel member, it makes all this really useful and it goes towards charity builds. And also there's a link down below. Because I'm not selling anything on eBay, there's no donation this week. There's a link down below to Man Down UK, which is the charity I'm supporting at the minute, and you can make a small donation there, or just help someone out in your own neighbourhood. That's all you got to do. See you later, everyone. Sorry, it's a bit of a fucking shitter, wasn't it, this week? It's fucking proper moody.